Shalom. I let's give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us His word. I just got this article out of zerohedge.com. It was dated yesterday, Tuesday, March 12th, 2024. It's entitled Major Measles Outbreak Reported in U.S. as Migrant Shelters Become Infectious Disease Breeding Grounds. So apparently, there's going to be a whole lot of, outbreaks, different diseases, and pestilences that are going to be, spreading across, the cities. It's just another sign of the times and, more end time prophecy. But it's called radical progressives in the Biden administration are responsible for the greatest migrant invasion this nation has seen, but also an emerging public health crisis. Millions of unvaccinated and undocumented illegals are being piled into migrant shelters nationwide like cattle. These military-aged men, that they're bringing in. Scriptures talk about how, this place is going to get invaded, so we'll see what happens. Daily Mail reports the U.S. is on the verge of a major measles outbreak, with cases in the first 2 months of the year nearly eclipsing those in the previous year. As doctors warn, many young physicians have never even seen a patient infected with the virus. Hundreds of people have already feared to be infected in California and Arizona after cases were confirmed in people in the states who visited local hospitals. It's an older disease, measles, and the mumps, all these old plagues, all these old diseases. The CDC still has those diseases. They can bring even, the Black Plague, the one that wiped out half of Europe, So they can release these diseases anytime they want, and blame it on the migrants, and blame it on whatever, terrorism. But yeah, it's going to get bad out here. It's important to recognize that migrant shelters are becoming breeding grounds for the spread of infectious diseases. Notably, it's the Democrats, often referred to as the party of science, who are enabling this public health crisis to materialize, while the pharma industrial complex secretly cheers as the next crisis will need more vaccines. It's a good way for them to, push more vaccines, push more laws, push the mark of the beast. There's all different sorts of ways that they can do it, man. Earlier on Tuesday, Elon Musk responded to Fox News' Bill Mulligan's post on X. The billionaire said, ! In response to a CNN report that measles outbreak in Chicago migrant shelters quickly worsening. So I guess there's a little map of all the places that the measles has been detected in Washington, California, Arizona, Louisiana, Midwest, Florida, Georgia, pretty much all the East Coast. So yeah, keep an eye on it. But yeah, the first scripture is Luke 21:10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Things to come, end times, end time prophecies. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Yeah, great signs from heaven. Pestilences, famine, that's all to come. Who knows what this year is going to bring, great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. You look at those earthquake maps, there's like a new earthquake, pretty much every day, on small levels. But soon those earthquakes are going to get bigger and bigger and more destructive. It says in famines, pestilences, and fearful sights, And great signs shall there be from heaven. Scripture is Psalms 91 and 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So what's the secret place of the Most High? Man, it's truth, man, this word. So it's a good thing, though, to get involved in this truth. Right now is the time, man, because you want to abide under the shadow. You want to be protected. You want to be guided in that day, you know. I will say to the Lord, He's my refuge, my fortress, and my power. In Him, my power, in Him will I trust. Yeah, no trust in no other but Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. You don't want to run to Egypt for help. You don't want to put your trust in this government, because they're just going to lead you to a chip or a vaccine or something like that, you know. But you want to put your trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noise of the pestilence. Yeah, He'll deliver from all these traps and ultimately that nuclear destruction. He shall carry thee in His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. It says, thou shalt not be afraid. You know, it's a commandment, man. He's commanding you, don't be afraid of that. You know, be afraid of these diseases. You know, like your family was when COVID was popping off. You know, the Lord said not to fear these things, man. Don't fear that destruction, man. You put your whole faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. He says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. In Him will I trust. You have to believe that. Ezekiel 7:15. Lord is without, and the pestilence and famine is within. He that is in the field shall die by the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. Yes, these cities, these major cities like Los Angeles, and the pestilence is going to run rampant, man. Scripture says their dead bodies shall pour out like dung in the streets. There'll be a lot of dead bodies out here, which is going to cause more pestilence as well, and famine. Scripture says those that run to the mountains, you know, the famine is going to destroy them as well. So there's not going to be a place where you can run nor hide, you know, these end days, during this time of Jacob's trouble. It says, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall destroy him. So there's going to be a major famine. There's going to be all kinds of diseases, destruction. It says, nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. You know, swords in the hands. You know, there's going to be race riots out here. It's going to get real bad, man. But like we just read, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. But the Lord is your refuge and your fortress, you know. Scriptures, Ezekiel 16:17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Well, right now you're preparing for those evils. To answer his question, right now you prepare by dwelling in the secret place of the Most High. That's what you do when these evils come. You put your trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But all these things shall not turn from their wickedness. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be mindful of the scourges. Yeah, man, the Lord sent these things for change, you know, like an amendment. It's a change. But our people aren't going to change, man. It's time to take up trouble. These sorrows, that's for our 2/3 of our people, man. One last spanking, before the kingdom. But the people aren't going to change. That's why Scripture said 2/3 of our people are going to die. You know. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other shall escape the hunger that escape the hunger. The sword shall destroy, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted and the cities cast down. Yeah, we just read about how the cities are going to be, it says, he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. So these cities are going to get bad. The dead shall cast out like dung, so that's more pestilence. So it's going to be real bad, but as the Lord said, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So you have to put your full trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in those days. That's the only way out. That's the only way to be delivered, man. We're at the time of Jacob's trouble. The scriptures say that there's never been a day like it, and there'll never be a day after it. It hasn't been a day since there was even a nation, since the beginning. There's never going to be a day that's coming up. That's something you need to take serious. But yeah, I just wanted to bring out this article. Just trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. With that, shalom.